it or not, I'm headed off. I'm headed off to Steel City Con. Yeah, I know, unfortunately, I'm late. Ever since I've been working night shift, especially these 412s, I have not been a morning person. I try so hard to get up early morning. It's like, okay, I literally got planned like trying up by at least bare minimum by 7, and like the alarm woke me up, and I almost hit the snooze button, and then by the time I open my eyes again, it's like, crap. Yeah, it's almost 9 o'clock. I say, yeah, whatever, do what you can. So all I can do right now is, I can find parking. I just gotta walk. That's all. That's gonna suck, but I'm still getting in there. I got my reservations. Got my I paid my admission, my public access, or my admissions fee to get inside of Steel City Con and all that. And I'm looking forward to it though. They got like a full cast, full house. They're gonna be there. Well, not the full cast, because the Olsen twins, of course, is not gonna be there. I see majority of the people from Full House are gonna be there. Unfortunately, I don't think Rob Sang is not gonna be there. May it rest in peace. Olsen twins, I'd be shocked if they showed up. I strongly doubt it. There would have been an announcement of the Olsen twins being there a long time ago. I'm not gonna lie. If the Olsen twins ever decided to make a one of Steel City Coms, which I doubt, because let's face facts, I don't mean this is no shade towards the other cast members. They don't need the money. These twins are billionaires. Billionaires, last time I checked. So it's not like they're hurting for money. And it's not like they want to stay out of the spotlight. They want to stay out of the public eye, in fact, if they can help it. Which I respect though. And this, like I said, this is not no shade towards the other stars of Full House or Fuller House. Maybe because they love being around people. Maybe they love seeing their fans, you know. Who else is gonna be there? Karrion Kross and Scarlett from WWE, they ain't gonna be there. They definitely gonna be there. Dee Snider of Twisted Sister fame, he'll be there. Bruce Dixon, Iron Maiden, he'll be there. Oh, we can't forget Freddy Krueger. Well, being honest though, Robert Englund of the Nightmare from Elm Street fame, Robert Englund, aka Freddy Krueger. He did a few other movies too, believe it or not. If I'm correct, in fact, he did the first V series on NBC a very long time ago. He was on there, and if I'm correct, I was like trying to watch Strangeland with like Dee Snider in there, and I think he was in there too, believe it or not. I'm thinking like, no way. Like I said though, like I spent like, no lie, I spent yesterday trying to recover from work. Like every time like I work night shift, I spend like a good part of Friday trying to recover my body. Like, don't get me wrong, I don't mind working night job. I don't pay bills and all that stuff. But it's like once I get morning, my body is on strike. that Friday morning, my body would be on strike. It's so difficult. And the worst part about my body is so conditioned to be super active at night that come morning time is a total struggle. I really have to fight myself to stay up. So fast would be, let's see, 1, 2. Okay, I need one more. Okay. We got 5. Cool. Kind of bright today. Like I said, I've been watching some videos, YouTube videos about like crazy. And one is like, I read like, it's just like a Reddit story. And believe it or not, it's kind of funny. It's a situation where like you have this person who call you your best friend. And over time, you hang out together, be around each other and all that. And here's the only danger though. You will catch feelings. But here's the catch though. Hold it. Aha! Good morning. What is your day? My day, okay, hold on, see. The one thing that was kind of bright in here, Moon Alexia, good morning, how you doing? Hold on, cancel that. here. What is your day? My day is Saturday, which is also Steel City Con. Like, one thing I want to talk about briefly though is that one of the Reddit stories I heard and seen for the video talks about how you got this guy and a girl. They've been friends for at least about 2 years. Okay, that's cool and all. They hang out together and all that. But if I'm hearing this correctly though, she used him as an emotional crutch, or some, believe it, some other female MRA would say, men's right advocates would say, an emotional tampon. I'm thinking, ouch. Sounds kind of gross, but yeah. Hold it. Okay. I realized I made a goofy mistake. Okay, hold on a sec. What the first favorite song when you were little? Oh, okay. What my first favorite song? Wow, that's tough. My first favorite song when I was little. That's a good question. I gotta think about that one. Hold on a sec here. Okay, first favorite song I was little. That's gonna be tough. I'm not gonna lie to you. I was like young, but mind you, I'm in my 50s. I'm not a young kid. I'm in my 50s right now. Oh, crud. Okay, I'm not. See, as you can tell, I'm driving. I try not to get myself to a wreck or anything like that. Okay. Whoops, hold on a sec. This one is from Mason Harris. Good morning. How you doing? I try to think. The first song I think is R&B song. That's gonna be tough. I'm not gonna lie to you. I have to confess, it had to be like for the Jackson 5 song. Yeah, I know. This is when Michael Jackson was with the Jackson 5, and he looked like an African American guy. Well, kid to be exact. And I think it might be like, I'm not gonna lie and know like what song it is, but I do know it's from a Jackson 5 song. That's the only few songs that comes to mind. I imagine like my mom and dad listen to that songs to death. Might be Michael Jackson, maybe the OJs, one of those songs. So it's be hard for me to say that. This is like going way back, because keep in mind, I'm 57 years old, so my first favorite song is gonna be one of the Jackson 5 songs. No question about that. So many of them, it's hard to say. And the funny thing is, I grow older, I kind of like, grow apart from that. It's like, nah, I want a part of it. But I was just saying though about the story about this young guy. Like I said, they're both adults. I imagine like, in their 20s and all, but they've been like friends forever. They like, for at least about 2 years, they go to coffee shops together, they go to movies together. If she had like some type of crisis because this dude who dumped her did her dirty, she would call him like about 1, 2 in the morning. He would stop what he's doing. He would go and comfort her and stuff. So basically, she's getting all the boyfriend benefits without reciprocating any girlfriend energy. Okay, you see where I'm going with this. Now, near the end, he finally opens up. He said, look, say like, I'm feeling a certain way about you. I really like you a lot. And he pretty much more or less asked her, who thought about me more than just a friend. And she turned him down, period. She turned him down. So like, look, I don't see you as a boyfriend. You're very sweet, but you're not boyfriend material. Her exact words, I think, you're sweet, but you're not boyfriend material. Ouch. That had to hurt. So basically, she thinks this guy is great. She said, like, he's special. She said, like, despite the fact she turned him down, I said, look, I'm sorry. you're very special. I hope this has a change in the thing. I really value our friendship. This is where relationship between both men and women is very tricky. It's one thing you knew you're gonna be friends with her and that's it. Like it could be obvious boundaries. Like she has a boyfriend, she has a husband, she has a fiance. You know what lines never to cross. It's like you know what lines not to cross whatsoever, which is a good thing. But hold on here. Yeah, make sure like who's still there. And then and here's one tricky thing. Like say if you're in that type of situation where like you like the person and all that stuff, you got feelings for that person, do yourself a favor. Be sure, whatever feelings that you have for this person is mutual. Don't assume. Like say, like you're at work, you're hanging with this person, you take breaks with them, you talk to them every day at work, see what's going on, you even like hang out like even outside of work. But here's the thing though, unless you, like say for example, she lightly touches you, around you, talk to you, and most importantly, she's like physically attracted to where like she can't but to hug you or hold on to you constantly, physically, and all that stuff. And even still, you gotta be sure. It's just throwing hints to, like about like how about dating and all that stuff. But to beyond shadow of a doubt, I think Lauren the Advocate once said it too. Like, you remember? Okay, I recommend to look up Lauren the Advocate. Yeah, these were exact words. You go to any type of new relationship, dating, what have yourself, go with the same attitude as a boxer. Protect yourself. I'm serious. And at first, I thought she was bugging. Then I had to think about it really carefully and think about my past experiences in the dating world. Say, yeah, that's true. Because that's equivalent to me like going in a mosh pit with my eyes closed, thinking like, what the worst could they happen? Yeah, trust me. You talk to the guy who been in the mosh pit, and it is not a place for the weak nor the meek. Believe me. Believe me. But long story short, at first he felt like he might feel hurt, but then it went from being hurt. He wasn't hurt. He wasn't deeply hurt. He wasn't deeply sad. It was this crystallized clarity. So basically, he realized that, okay, all this time and energy he wasted with this person, thinking like, hopefully he impressed upon like he could be a possible boyfriend to her. He said, okay, fine. She said pretty much like be better for his friends. No problem. But he's not gonna dedicate the same boyfriend energy like she used to. Like for example, she used to go on coffee runs, hang out, talk constantly. He cut back, way back. In other words, though, he reclaimed his time back, which I think is awesome. He started lifting weights. He started focusing on himself. End result, he became successful. Yeah. And the funny thing is, during that time, he met this other woman. She's like an instructor and all that, and she teaches me how to do a better technique of, exercising. Now during this time, his bestie is like blowing up his phone, like, how come you don't talk to me and all that stuff? Are you mad at me? And all that. And long story short, his bestie is so used to the attention and the boyfriend energy he used to give. The moment he pulls back, she felt it immediately. She's getting all sorts of feeling offended, feel a certain way. So I don't want this thing to be weird between us. Like he said, no, it's not weird. It's like, I've been busy, I've been doing this, that, and the third. Instead of him prioritizing her needs, he simply chooses himself. Which I think is pretty cool. There's nothing wrong with that. And near the end, this guy out in the cold, poor dude. Right now it's 31 degrees right now. Like, any question, she's throwing stuff straight. The attraction is mutual. And it's like something new, but he loves it. Plain and simple. And the funny thing, his bestie Like they're about to come to this one of these gatherings they usually do, and say, yeah, his best is like, you go to this such place, and I say, yeah, I'm going to such place. Okay, cool. I pick up. No, I gotta bring somebody else. And the best is, wait a minute, since when you went? Who was the person you went with? Since when? And he didn't answer, which drove her crazy. Near the end, like she met the guy, this guy's girlfriend. She saw her, and she pulled him aside, asked what's going on, what's good, how is accessible as it used to be. Well, have made better use of my time. I'm with her, and she gets defensive. It's like she is so used to this guy being there when she meets him that that she can't handle it. She sees this guy like as a source of validation, attention, or from energy and all that stuff, but without the reciprocation. The person who this guy's dating is reciprocating whatever boyfriend energy he gives her. Not if she reciprocates, she multiplies it, which is a beautiful thing. So basically, anytime that his bestie goes on a horrible date and things go south, she tries to blow up his phone to get a hold of him, but he does not respond. So let me just cut to the end chase right here. He's still friends with his bestie, but not to where she get access to him 24/7. He gives that type of energy to his current girlfriend. Yes, very true. So I'm gonna say this, guys. Like I said, you're at work. Like I said before, guys, you're at work, and he's with this girl who you know for a while. You work with this person for a while. You start having a little bit of feelings for her, but you're not 100% sure. Can I give you advice, guys? Don't do it. Seriously, do not. I don't care how. Trust me, you be at certain jobs, there'll be a lot of beautiful young women there, a lot of pretty girls, and you feel strong attraction to them. And here's a funny thing. Yes, they will talk to you. Yes, to be friendly. And yes, some will actually hug you if you ask. That don't mean they want to date you. I promise. That don't mean they want to date you, though. And some people get annoyed and say, how come with certain guys, they can pick up girlfriends, blah, blah. I'm sorry, it's true. But the question is, how much drama would they get? The problem with dating in an office job, if things go south, it's going to be uncomfortable for you to be at work. Trust me, I tell you, if you guys start developing feelings for somebody at work and things go south, it's going to be hard for you to focus at work. I've seen that many times over the years when I was young and all that, at many jobs have been in New York. It like office romance is not what's cracked up to be. And now, and especially now, guys, don't do it. Don't. Don't. To any young kids working in the city, do yourself a favor. Hit the gym, educate yourself, work hard so you can move up in the ranks. So that way, by the time you say, like, you know what, I gotta get ready to try and find myself a wife, do yourself a favor. Don't marry the woman from the city. If you have to find someone in the city who wants with your morals and anything else that will work for you, God bless you. The odds of that, not good. I'll tell you why. Because you got these chameleons. They will talk a good game. Well, I could be traditional. You could be traditional. No. Here's the key words. Anytime that a woman said, I could be traditional, chances are she's not traditional. This is your signal to run. If a woman says, I could be traditional, no. Don't sit, run away. Don't. Or she says, well, I'm not traditional, don't bother. Ladies, and I know you don't want to hear this, it's either A, you are traditional, or B, you're not traditional. And don't give me like shades of gray. No. Don't even try. No. It's either you're traditional or you're not. If you say you're a modern woman, say it, own it, deal with it. I repeat, if you're a modern woman, say it, own it, deal with it. Now, are there exceptions to the rule? Of course, always. There's always exceptions to the rule. It could be like 5 women 5 young women raised by a single mom. And the single mom would tell all her daughters, you don't need a man, you shouldn't have to depend on a man. Get your job, get your education, get your job, get your career going. Now, my problem is not with women getting a career. I have zero problem with that. But the thing is, though, like, if you're like in your, like I said, mid-20s, that's the best time to get your husband. That is the best time. Don't folks like, well, that's your best time to get your husband in 30. No, I'm sorry. Your best time to get your husband is in your early 20s. Now, once again, I'm not gonna say it's impossible because there are women in their 30s getting married, cool, but the chances are way greater in your early 20s. Plus, two, the chance you'll be able to start a family is early is way greater in your early 20s. As yeah, you running a light bulb. The chances you starting you've started a family in early 20s is better. And I can hear this now. Well, she does not know what she wants, you know, like back then compared to now. So basically, what do you mean? In terms of what? Trying other men? Yeah, okay, sure. And I know what your women are gonna say too. But wait a minute, these guys have a high body count too. You see, women have a high body count. What about men? Ladies, why are you chasing after men with a high body count? Why are you going after men with baby mamas? Why are you going after men with crazy exes? Answer that. Yeah, answer that. And the same question I posed to the guys. Why are you going for the women with the same high body count? Why are you going for women with? Why are you going for the baby mama with multiple baby daddies? It's one thing. Is one woman will have kids for the same guy, and like say she came off from a bad marriage. That's one of the best outliers right there. That's one the most logical excuses. She came from a marriage, didn't work out, or she's with this guy who starts gonna work out, it didn't, unfortunately. You know. And my biggest beef would be like when women were multiple baby daddies and they try to use it as a flex. They would try to use it as a flex. Well, yeah, I'm a struggling single mom. You chose that. And I'll tell you why they chose that. Because there are so many good men who want to make it to a wife at an early age. You turn it down and laugh. But the moment that you started life down with, like I said, the worst quality males, and he gave you 1, 2 kids, and you got struggling for a few years, now all of a sudden, okay, I want to be a wife. I want to be a wife now. Yeah, I'm a mother, but I want to be a wife. I don't want this. You chose this. It's kind of amazing how some women who will not want to be wifed up by good men, they had no problem being, you know, made to a single mom with certain low quality men. It's sad. It's really, really sad. Yeah, I realized I went for the wrong route. Normally, I still see comments in my Roseville, and for some weird reason, I took the longest route there is, and like, okay, this is not it. So I had to turn my behind around and go for the other way. That's killing my time. Shocker. But I'm going to tell a quick story about Dee Snider. Yeah. For any of you who never heard of him, he's the former lead singer of the band Twisted Sister. Yeah, I know. Look up Twisted Sister and you see why. And for starters, though, this man's voice defies. Hold a sec. His voice defies the laws of physics. Believe it or not. How so? The way he sings, like he's singing 2 different octaves at once, it's almost impossible, but he does it. It's not because it's mixers or it's effects. Nope, that's his actual voice. That's crazy. He was in the movie Pee-wee's Big Adventure, where he did try to shoot the video and you gonna burn in hell. That was in Pee-wee's Big Adventure, which I think is pretty wild. He's also in a TV show, The Adventure of Beans Baxter. He's a good programmer. How crazy is that? You know how kids listen to heavy metal and he fell on the demonic influences? This way you got this kid is into old Cruder music and he's possessed by that. Well, I'm thinking like, how long like you got somebody these days programming him? And I'm like, if you can find The Adventure of Beans Baxter, Find one with D Snyder in there, you will fall out laughing. It's the craziest thing you ever see. It's the epitome of comedy adventure. And Wendy O. Williams is in there too, believe it or not. He also did a movie called Strangeland. That's the movie I told you about. And believe it or not, Robert Englund was in that one. And I think Linda Cardellini, I think, she played Hawkeye's wife. She played Thelma in one of the Scooby-Doo movies and all that, live action and all. Yeah, she was in there too. I couldn't believe it. I looked twice, like, there's no way. I don't know if I'm a bit annoyed with, I didn't have a chance to see that movie because, once again, I was tired. My body demands sleep. Especially in the wintertime. For some reason, in the wintertime, my body demands more sleep than necessary. And that's kind of bonkers. And like I said, I first heard Twisted Sister. I've been trying to see this guy forever. And I finally see him quite a few times. In fact, I saw the Grant talk about maybe 3 or 4 times. I've lost the pause. I've seen him where he did SMF. Yeah, take a while to guess what that means. I see him in Staten Island before. I see him as Widowmaker with my first ex-girlfriend many years ago. And there's one more story about these things I gotta talk about for having like going, whoa. He was playing Widowmaker. This was my first ex-girlfriend. We went to Brooklyn Moors. It's a rock concert. It's like a rock concert club in Brooklyn, in Bay Ridge, Brooklyn, and all that. And like a lot of big names went through L'Amour's. Seriously, yeah. Look up L'Amour's, and you'd be surprised with the big names that came from there over the decades and all that. Finally got me and her caught him. He was like under the name Widowmaker. That's the name. And the concert going great and all that. All of a sudden, you see this one girl stripped down to a white titty while the drummer's doing a drum solo. Now, meanwhile, the guys were going wild. I want to go wild, but I can't. My first ex-girlfriend was right there. So, how did I get over? I'll tell you how I got over. I applaud the drummer. And I screamed on top of my lungs. Great drum solo. That is the greatest drum solo in rock and roll. Meanwhile, another dude, his girlfriend, yeah, he said, looked at me and said, yeah, that's right. That's right. Great drum solo. The greatest drum solo in rock and roll. Meanwhile, my first ex-girlfriend, wearing thick glasses, can't see too well. She said, like, oh, you think I don't see that? My eyesight's bad. Even I can see those. After that, she started screaming, okay, well, will you guys do that? I'm thinking, no. Oh, man, that's some wild stuff. Yeah, like I said, it was SMF, Widowmaker, and I think the last time I think I seen him was when he did Band Brothers with the original lineup of Twisted Sister. The only difference is they had no makeup, which I'm cool with that. At least I saw him. There's one man I saw, Band Brothers. The moment I saw the name Band Brothers, and I saw the way it, the numbers, the way the letters on the shirts were arranged, like, okay, I could be Stevie Wonder all day. Even I could see that means Twisted Sister. Okay, you know I'm there for that one. I'm there for that. I was there for that. Wasn't easy, but I was there. The sad part, I didn't get any autographs of the other members of Twisted Sister, but my mission is to try to get an autograph from D. Snyder. That's one. Second mission, Robert Englund. I'm gonna try to get that. Those strikers, try to get like an autograph if I can, but I can't. I can't right now. I can't. If I can, the next time around when he comes around the area, yeah, I'm gonna get an autograph from Robert Englund. Let's say for a friend of mine, it's one friend. Right, I can't get it right now. I just can't. Not at the moment. But those are top 2. Robert Englund, D. Snyder, Cassandra Peterson. Believe it or not, right now I'm on the fence with that. Believe it or not, we gotta wait and see. So, to anybody out there, has you ever heard of D. Snyder? Have you ever heard of Twisted Sister? Have you heard of Robert Englund? You guys heard of Freddy Krueger or at the very least, Nightmare on Elm Street. Yeah, if anybody have anybody heard of any of them, hit me up now. Other stories too. I'm not sure you heard about this one. The DoorDash girl who's in trouble with the law. If you heard this story, let me know. This girl was delivering DoorDash. Now, supposedly and allegedly, she claimed that the door was cracked open or wide open. She claimed the door was wide open for the whole world to see. She went inside. This person was drunk. I mean, he was stone cold drunk. And he was like naked for the waist down. Shot a video of him and walked out. She even video recorded herself saying that's messed up and walked away. She tried to, I think she uploaded for a moment on social media and that's got taken down. And she accused this guy of essay. Yes, so let me get this straight. This guy was drunk, stone cold, unconscious, out of it, done. You know what's done? This girl wanted to commit want to unalive this guy, she could have and gotten away with it. That's how out this guy was. What she does, she embarrasses this guy. This took place in what's this? Yeah, in New York, Oswego, New York. And I'm going like, oh wow, okay. And because of what she did, the guy's account from DoorDash has been like deactivated, which I think is messed up. He didn't do anything wrong. For all likelihood, this poor guy, this guy stone cold drunk, think he's gonna be hungry later on. He ordered DoorDash to sleep at the front door and all that stuff. This one here, I think, is Olivia. I forgot her last name, but I know it's Olivia. Her name is Olivia. That's all I know. And she tried to play Nancy Drew. She opened the door, didn't record the guy. She violated several laws with that. Number one, she was instructed by DoorDash to leave the food on the front door. That's it. No one told her to play Nancy Drew and investigate. But that's what she did. 2, she took pictures or took a video of this guy without his consent. She uploaded the video to a social media account without his consent. So there's this about like 3 different laws that she broke. And I think one was like a felony, I think? I think they were felonies, I think. Because she did without this person's consent. And I'm going like, wow. But now she's in trouble with the law. I think she's been arrested. If I'm correct, I'm off by she's arrested and now she's still crying foul. Like, you only have one job. You only have one job to do. And that's go deliver food to this guy's place, leave it at his front door. That's it. So what do? You try to play Nancy Drew, open the door, look aside, oh, make a guy, video record, walk out, upload it, and cry essay. All I say is, wow, 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 wow. But the funny thing is now one of this guy's friends, the guy who's accused of essay, has one of the friends, I think supposedly wants to call her coming out via Ring app. Yeah, there's a video of her coming out. There's a video of her like going in and out, her pushing the door open. That's and there's pretty much breaking, entering in a light way. This man didn't get permission to come into his house like that, but that's what she did. So as for the man whose account got shut down, got deactivated by DoorDash, guess what? He earned the right to sue DoorDash. He earned the right to sue that young girl. Because she's not a woman, she's a girl for that type of mentality. And she earned the right to sue Oswego for allowing this to become such a big, such an embarrassment for him. Because that will destroy any person's reputation, regardless though. Yep, I'm going the right way. Yep. Well, right now I'm gonna keep on driving and all that. I'll let you know when I get there. I'm gonna take lots of pictures. I'm gonna post it on Facebook, and I'm gonna be shooting lots of videos. And don't be too surprised to see a certain masked man there at the Steel City Cop. Who that masked man would be? Well, that'll be telling. That will be telling. Until then, folks, I will see you soon.